Oh, hey, welcome to the Propsmith channel. I'm Sean McBee, and in this video we're going to talk about how to make this beautiful Captain America shield out of a ho-hum store-bought Captain America shield. Let's get to it. Now, this project was one that I undertook without a video camera handy, so I'm going to have to get through using photos. So, I'll talk you through it the best I can with some photos. Hopefully you won't miss the video too much. All right, so first of all, there are a lot of really beautiful aluminum Captain America shields out there. There have been people selling the basic blanks with the grooves in for years now, and then people would just make a star and stick it in the middle, paint them up. They look fantastic. But the one thing that is not accurate is that the star is just planted on, whereas the screen-used shield has a groove around the star, just like the grooves between the stripes. So that was never good enough for me. So a Chinese company called King Arts had a license to do metal Captain America shields, including the groove around the star. Completely accurate from a physical standpoint. It cost about 3,800 Hong Kong dollars, which I don't remember what it came out to at the time, but at the recording of this video, it's like $435. Really nice for such a sturdy shield. The problem was the paint. It came with blue, red, and silver paint. If you see here, the metal looks bare and beautiful and like brushed aluminum, like the prop. This did not come that way. It came with like a silver paint, and then the red and blue didn't look anodized the way this does. So I thought, hey, just strip the paint off and repaint it, right? Well, not so easy. It was a much more involved process, and I'm going to get into it right now. Here's how it looked. You'll see the paint is just really, really thick. The silver does not look metallic at all. This may as well be a plastic shield at this point. If you look really up close, you can see brush strokes in there. Now, on this up close shot, you can see those beautiful grooves. You can see the brush strokes, and you can see how disappointing the silver area is. So before getting started, I did a quick test on the silver area, just took some sandpaper to it, and you can instantly see, look, beautiful metal underneath this almost flat gray paint. So I stripped it just with some normal paint stripper, that citrus scented stuff. Does a fairly good job. And this was the result afterwards. So while it is a metal shield, it is clearly not pure aluminum. I believe it to be a zinc and aluminum mixture that was cast, not machined. And there's lots of little globby, inconsistent bits where it's just the metal is not that great looking. And I knew that I was going to have to sand that metal down to make it nice and even, because I wasn't going to glob a 1/4 inch of paint over it like King Arts had done. But I also knew the metal had to have a radial grain pattern to it. I couldn't just take a random orbital sander and even out the paint and say, hey, that's great. So what I did was I built a turntable. I had a friend with a CNC machine cut me a perfect 3-foot diameter circle out of MDF. I stuck a hole in the middle, and then I epoxied in a power drill bit to the bottom. You'll see why in a moment. I also marked out some concentric circles from the center to keep it perfectly centered. And on the underside, you'll see I mounted this to a folding workbench, and those are Lazy Susan rings underneath. Put the shield on, secured down some blocks to hold it in place right in the center, and then I could spin that drill and take some sandpaper to it, and you can see it's already getting super beautiful. I did have to go into those crevices and really get out the black paint they had put to separate the different bands, but you can see here that radial pattern is really coming through The metal's looking super nice. So then it was just a matter of masking off the center section and the metal section so that I could paint the two red rings. The paint in this project, by the way, is this VHT anodized color coat in red and blue. Here they are. These colors work out pretty perfectly with the cap shield colors. So here she is, all spray painted in red with a single coat. I did mess it up and I had to start over. I don't know what I did. I messed something up. Starting from scratch, giving it a fresh sand. Masked off once again. This time I masked off all the parts that would stay silver, then sprayed it with the VHT red. And you'll see it doesn't look much better than what was originally on there. You don't really get the sense that it's covering metal, but if you look, the blue did come out a bit better. So here's the whole thing, all painted up, blue and red, ready to go. But there's one more step. So the last step, once this is all dry, take it to the turntable, spin her around, and run some steel wool, number quadruple 0 steel wool over all the paint, and it really makes it look like it's actually anodized. The can says that it's an anodized color effect, but straight out of the can, it really isn't. You really have to go over it with a steel wool, and the effect comes out beautifully. So there you have it. A store-bought, badly painted shield, stripped down and sanded on a custom motorized turntable that I cobbled together just for the purpose of this, then painted, and then back on the turntable with some steel wool, and you get this beautiful look. I also eventually plan on changing out these straps with some better looking leather and using the rest of the hardware that's already here, but since this just lives on my wall on display, it's not really a high priority for me, but I'll get there eventually. So there you have it. Captain America Shield Glow Up. Go ahead and give it a try. That's it for this video. If you would like more like this, please subscribe, hit the bell. You'll get all my videos as soon as they come out, and you'll be happier, probably. It'll make your life, like, super great. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought in the comments. A little redundant there, but leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. And if you have any other suggestions for videos or questions for me, leave those down there too, and I will respond to everyone that I can. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.